Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to make a beautiful, the trending Bubu design with front slit. So guys, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Now I'll be using this English fabric for this tutorial. You can use Ankara, you can use any fabric of your choice, but I'm using this English fabric and I'm combining it with a bridal satin. It will be the front slit design. Now I'll fold my fabric into 4 equal parts. Now for the fabric I'm using, I have 28 inches times 2. I folded it into 2. 28 inches times 2 will give us 56 inches. While the length is 58 inches. So I'm okay with the length. I'll go ahead and divide the fabric into 2 equal parts. Now after dividing it into 2 equal parts, I'll go ahead and fold each of them into 2 again. I'm using senator fabric for it. You can use African fabric, you can use English fabric, any fabric of your choice, as far as it gives you what you want. Now I'll place each of them together. Okay, now we'll start with the neckline. For the neckline, I'm using 3.5. I'm using 3.5 inches here. For the back, I will use 1.5 inches. Then for the front, I will use 8 inches. Now for the front is 8 inches. I'll curve it to this point. Now I'll remove 1.5 for the shoulder slope and I'll connect it to this point. Now from this side will be my sleeve side. I will use this part as my sleeve. I will measure. Now from this place, I will measure 8 inches. This will serve as my sleeve. Then at this point, I will mark my waist measurement. Why I need my waist measurement is because I want to add a pocket to it. So from this, my waist measurement, I will take it straight to this line. Then from the waist measurement, I will measure 7 inches. This will serve as my pocket. Then the only measurement I need will be the hips. Then for my hip measurement, I will mark from the shoulder. From my shoulder, I will mark 25 inches here. Then from this 25 inches, I will mark my hip measurement. That is the circumference of my hip, which is 38 inches. That is 38 divided by 4. That 8 divided by 4 will give me 9.5 inches. This is 9.5 inches. I will add, I don't want it to be too big. I will just add 2 inches as my allowance. So what I have here now will be 11.5. I will take it down to the hemline. Now I will join all the lines together. I'll still mark 11.5 after the pockets. This is the main line. This is the pocket side. Then at this point, I will curve it. Give it a curve. Then I'll cut. After cutting this is the back neckline. I will remove the back to cut the front. This is for the pocket, but I will still notch it. I'll put a notch at this point. Also put a notch at the second side where the pocket will start. Now after cutting it, I'll remove the back piece in order to curve out this front piece. Now before I cut out this neckline, I will mark for the slit 2 inches. From this 8 inches, I will mark 2 inches down to the hemline. I'll connect the lines. Then I'll connect it to this point from like so. Now from these 8 inches, I measured 2 inches all through the hemline. So I'll go ahead and cut out this side. Okay, I now have 2 pieces for the front, while a piece for the back. So we are done with the front and back pieces. The next thing will be the slits. Now with my brother satin, I will measure out 2.5 unfold. Now before I make the slits, I'll first of all join the front pieces and the back pieces together. This is the back pieces and these are the 2 front pieces. So I'll place it right side facing each other. The same thing I will do to the other end, right side facing each other. Now I'll go to my sewing machine now and join the shoulders together with 1/2 inch. Join the 2 shoulders together, then the 2 sides, leaving the area for pocket. You can see these sides that I notch, I will leave it open. The same thing to the other side, but every other side I will use 1/2 inch and join each of them. Then after then I'll show you the next thing I'll be doing. Now I've joined the shoulder, the 2 sides. I left the pocket open and some inches before the closure of the sleeve because I'll still add the bridal satin at the tip of the sleeve. So I left it open, I didn't close it. The next thing to do is to locate the midpoint of the back piece. You can see I've put a notch already on it. Then from this notch, I will measure it down to the 8 inches first. That is to the neckline at the front line before I extend it to the hemline. So let's measure. Okay, from the midpoint, the back midpoint to the 8 inches will give me 12.5 inches. Then I will extend it down to the hemline to know the measurement. I'm having 62 inches for one side. That is, if I double it, it will be 124 inches. Now after joining the main body of the dress, I have to cut out the sleeve. I'm using black bridal satin for the slit. So I'll go ahead and fold in 2.5 inches on fold, and for the length I have to make it to be very long, so I'm cutting 133 inches for the length, and the width should be on fold 2.5. That is, if you open it up, it will be 5 inches. So I'll go ahead and iron it first before I cut it out to make sure I have an accurate measurement. So I'll be cutting the fabric into 3 pieces and join it in order to get a long, I want it to be very lengthy so that by the time I'm through, I will cut off. It's better is longer than expected than shorter, so that after sewing I have to trim it off. Now I've actually cut out the 3 pieces on fold. I'm having each of them the width of 2.5 on fold, and I'll go ahead and join the 3 pieces together. Each of them is 60 inches for the length. Now the next thing I'll be cutting will be the sleeve, the mouth of my sleeve. I'll cut, I have to fold in. For the mouth, I'll measure 7.5 on fold. That is, I'll cut it into 2 pieces for the 2 sides of the sleeves. So I'm cutting 15 inches. So the remaining inches will be added to the other length of the slit. So I will join it together. Now I will join all the edges together. I will join the 3 edges together to have a very long slit. Now I've joined it, you can see the width of the measurement will be 5 inches. That is, on fold it will be 2.5 inches. I will measure out enough, more than 124. I will measure up to 130 or 130 something, so that if it's too much, I will cut it out. It's better is in excess than being short. So guys, I've already cut out the length. I went ahead to iron it. So I've cut it out, and altogether for the length, I'm having 134 inches. That is for the length. So I'll fold it into 2 to locate the midpoint of the slit. Okay, this is the midpoint of the slit. I'll go ahead and notch it. So I've already notched the middle of the slit. Now I'll place it like so. The right side is facing each other. Remember, I've already ironed it out. Can see. The next thing I'll do, I'll go ahead and mark 12.5 inches. That is the middle, like so. This is 12.5 inches. I'll make sure I measured it correctly. This 12.5 inches here. So the next thing I'll do, I'll place it like so, the right side facing each other. I'll make sure I secure it with my office pin. After securing it with pin, I've already ironed it. You can see from the line I have here, it will serve as my midpoint, the midpoint of the slit. You can see the iron have already created a line. I'll still go ahead and iron it out very well for you to see. Now I've ironed it, you can see. Then from this 12.5, I'll sew it, this middle line, I'll sew through the line down to the hemline, to the down part of it. After then, I'll show you the next thing I'll do. Now I've sewn the middle side. You can see that I've sewn the middle. The next thing I'll do, I'll fold it like so. I'll turn it to the right side. You can see. I will then turn it this way. Look at how it was before, and I pick it 2 by 2. You can see. So after turning it to the right side, I'll go ahead and iron it again for it to be very flat. And see. I'll go ahead and iron it. Can now see how the slit is being done. Very simple and easy. I'll go ahead and iron it. After then I'll show you the next thing. Now you can see I've ironed it. I've ironed it very well. This is the neckline. Now I forgot to show us where the slit will start. Now from the down part, I will measure out 19 inches here. That's where the opening of the slit will start. Now the next thing I will do, now I've used my pin to hold it through. This is the slit side. Remember I measured 19 inches from the hemline to this point. You can, depending on how you want it, if you want it to be more higher, you can go ahead and measure it. But for me, I want it to be at this 19 inches. So I'll go to my sewing machine now and join it and sew through the edges round with half an inch. I'll sew through it. After then as well, I'll add my sleeve the same way. I'll sew through round the two sleeves, then close it up. Then I'll show you the final look of the clothes. So guys, after making it, this is how it looks. You can see this is the pockets, the two sides pockets, the opening of the slits, and see the back. I hope this video is helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Give it a thumbs up, share to your friends, and bye until I see my next video. Bye. Bye.